Hello, welcome back to the studio space. My name's Helen. So a couple of weeks ago I shared a video where I had discovered the process of pre-pasting my Chine Colle papers. I was using nori paste. I then, after that, found out that other people are using PVA glue for their Chine Colle. And so I wanted to know whether my process of pasting onto the cereal box plastic worked with PVA. So I'm going to show you the results of that in the video today. So since that video, I've had a few questions and queries about the process. One of the recent ones was, what's the advantage of pre-pasting your Chine Colle papers? Well, the reason for me is that I like using recycled materials. I'm reusing packaging paper, and they're not wet strength tissue papers. They're very fragile when they're glued. So if you're applying wet glue to the tissue paper and then trying to add it to your printing process, that I was getting all in a mess and the papers were curling up. So I wanted a cleaner and easier way to handle these more fragile tissue papers. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to explore that process. So the idea with pre-pasting your glue is that the glue is dry on the paper, and then when you add it to the printing process, it's the moisture from the damp paper that's reactivating the glue to make your collage paper, your tissue paper, stick to the printing paper. So that's the whole process for me. I wouldn't, if I'm just doing collage with the tissues, with the tissue paper, I wouldn't pre-paste them. It's purely for this process of printing it with the intaglio process, the intaglio printing process. That was my intention for this use. Obviously, you know, we'll find our own way of doing things. So, you know, if you know of a better way and you found a better way that works, then you know you do you. Do what works for you. So my initial video was using nori paste. So the nori paste is a rice glue, which I knew that would reactivate with the moisture from the printing paper. I subsequently went on a day workshop and found out that PVA glue works as well like that. So you can pre-paste your PVA glue. The leader of the workshop was pre-pasting hers in a different way to my process of pasting on the cereal box plastic. So I wanted to know whether I could use PVA with my process of pasting the glue on. So that was that. I then had a question about matte medium. Would matte medium work? Now, I still haven't tried the matte medium, but I'm a little bit concerned. I don't know whether matte medium will reactivate after it's dry. So matte medium is more acrylic based, and so I'm less sure that that's going to reactivate. It will be fine with, you know, getting glue onto the back of your tissue paper, and I think it will peel off the cereal box paper okay, but I don't know whether it's going to reactivate in the printing process using it with the intaglio printing. So yeah, I haven't explored the using the matte medium. So if you've done that and you know that matte medium works for intaglio printing, then please let us know. Share your findings in the comments below. Let everybody know. Yeah, I'd love to know your experience with that. So in this video, I'm just going to give you a bit of an update of using PVA with the cereal box plastic for Chine Colle papers for intaglio printing. So has this worked? Has my experiment worked? So this was PVA glue on the cereal packet, and it's all dry. Can I peel it off? Yes, I can. And yes, you can see the PVA is much more shiny on this side. So that's newspaper. Oh, this one was not quite successful. That's peeled. I think this was just cheaper paper, kids type paper. This is newspaper. Yep, newspaper comes away. I'm getting a very clear PVA layer. This is book paper, so from a dictionary. That doesn't look as though it's going to peel off very nicely. Okay. Shredded a bit there. But yep, I've got a layer on the back of the dictionary paper. This is graph paper, vintage graph paper. This is packaging paper, so it seems to come off better with the thinner papers. So very thin packaging paper. And the experiment I wanted was these pieces of masking tape from around I don't know, something that I was painting some while ago. But yeah, so you can get some PVA on the back of your masking tape, and reuse your masking tape. Okay, so yeah, it does work. Whether I would use these papers for Chine Colle, I don't know, because yeah, the glue's going to activate with the damp paper, but well, that one's still a little bit damp inside actually. Is the paper too thick for intaglio Chine Colle? And if you were doing relief print Chine Colle, there's no need to put this on anyway. So yeah, the cereal packet paper works with the PVA as well. You can pre-paste your papers. So yeah, the PVA, so I went to a workshop, and the person running the workshop had used PVA for her Chine Colle papers. So she hadn't done it like this, but she had pre-pasted her tissue papers with Chine Colle, with PVA. And that works going through we were using a bigger printing press. So the PVA does reactivate, but yeah, the ink is just going to sit on top of these acrylics. It's not going to integrate in with the paper fibres. Might some more with the newsprint. Anyway, so yeah, it was a comment that came up, and yes, it does work with PVA. The PVA will peel off of your paper. So I think I'll probably give this a bit of a wash now. It does look as though there's some sticky marks on here. And yeah, save your cereal packet papers. So there you go. It does work. It does work. So I've got two options now for pre-pasting my more fragile found papers onto into the intaglio printing process using them as Chine-colle. So it works with nori paste and it works with PVA glue. If you know that it works with anything else, please share in the comments below. So yeah, I've had fun with this process and I hope this helps. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.